A follow-up now to a story we told you last night about a second train near Lac-Megantic, Quebec. Global News has obtained the search warrant used by investigators in a raid on the rail company's office earlier this month. It reveals that second train, also with a full load, didn't have enough brakes applied. And now federal regulators in the U.S. have revealed just how worried they are about the type of oil being carried in those tankers. Mike Armstrong is in Lac-Megantic tonight looking into the implications. Mike?
Well, Donna, the train that plowed into Lac-Megantic came from the west, but according to the warrant, there was another train on this line to the east of downtown. That entire weekend, as emergency crews tried to put out the fire and as part of the city was evacuated, there was another train up the line, unattended all weekend long, without the minimum number of handbrakes engaged. According to the warrant executed by Transport Canada and the RCMP, the SQ had concerns about the train. It asked Transport Canada to investigate. Only 5 handbrakes were engaged. The minimum should have been more than 9. In Lac-Megantic today, the revelations in the warrant shocked many. News there was a second train just outside town left this couple, they say, enraged.
Ça fait peur pour l'avenir.
It scares me for the future, he says. That company's still operating. Jeff Orenstein's one of the lawyers behind a class action lawsuit on behalf of the victims told about the second train. Orenstein says it's further proof cost-cutting was more important for MMA than safety.
We've alleged in the class action that they've got one of the worst records in the business.
Now, we're also finding out more this week about what the train was carrying. From the beginning, experts have said crude oil shouldn't normally explode and burn the way it did. Well, the train was carrying light crude from the Bakken region of North Dakota. U.S. officials are now saying all the way back in March they had concerns about crude from Bakken. The issue is crude from that region is lighter and appears to have a lower flash point. That would make it more combustible and more dangerous to transport.
This stuff coming out of this region is highly explosive. Perhaps we're learning that for the first time, but we have alleged in our class action proceedings that anyone who's in the industry has known about that for quite a while.
In the U.S., regulators are now doing spot checks. They're calling it the Bakken Blitz. Unannounced, they're taking samples and checking shipments, all focused specifically on that region of North Dakota and crude oil that would have come right down these tracks. Donna?